Scouts are incredibly valuable in Assassin's Creed Shadows, helping you gather resources at the end of every season and find and locate objectives. No, they didn't help me find my dad who walked out many years ago, but they will be able to help you. So, here's how you can find all 9 scouts in the game. The first scout is given to you automatically shortly after finishing the prologue of the game. Without any spoilers, Naoe will go through some family drama, inherit some lifelong trauma, and then you'll meet Tomoko and be given the Hideout, a base of operations. Here you'll be able to build the Kakurega and unlock your first scout, enabling fast travel, contracts, and more. After leaving the hideout for the first time, you'll meet Monta and his companion waiting for you along this little trail. After talking with them, you'll gain another 2 scouts, putting you up to a total of 3 so far. To gain the next 3 scouts, putting you at a total of 6, you will want to gather as many resources as possible to build and upgrade the study at your hideout. Level 1, 2, and 3 will each give you a new scout alongside some other cool bonuses. While you're here, you should also consider upgrading the stables to reduce the cost of tagging resources to 1 scout rather than costing 2. Now, if you're struggling to get resources, focus on completing contracts at Kakuregas, these little hideout dudes on the map. They refresh at the end of every season, and each separate area of the world of Assassin's Creed Shadows has its own contracts. You can also head to these red dots on the map. These are little enemy camps and castles to tag resources. When you tag them, you will use a scout and have those resources delivered to your base at the end of the season. Try to focus on the locations that have a high wealth to get more resources, obviously. You can also buy resources at certain gear vendors, but I wouldn't suggest buying from a vendor unless you're aiming to upgrade a specific building rather quickly, because the cost of buying resources often isn't worth more than just buying a scout refresh at the Kakurega and going to tag more resources at castles or enemy hideouts. The final 3 scouts are a lot harder to get, and they are quite time consuming, so I'll preface this by saying that I did all of these before hitting level 22, but some of the enemies you'll be facing are level 29 or even higher, and they will be a huge pain in the backside. So if you're doing this early in the game, probably best to get good at dodging and parrying, or just wait until later in the story. So, scout number 7 will come shortly after completing one of Yasuke's story missions, and some spin-off objectives. The mission you're looking for comes shortly after unlocking Yasuke, called an education, which explores Yasuke's background, becoming a samurai and choosing his name, and of course meeting his sensei. No spoilers here, but follow the mission all the way through, watching an awesome training montage and then unlocking a new side objective called Nobutsuna's students. Remember the sensei who trained Yasuke? Well, turns out you have to go and defeat some of his other students. Fortunately, we can just go straight to the first one, Yagyu Monotoshi, who can be found right here atop Mount Miwa. Defeating him can be rather difficult, especially if you're a low level, as he can just one-hit you with a boot. But once you've conquered him, however, you'll be given an opportunity to spare him. Do so and he will join your league, becoming your 7th scout. Scout number 8 is another long-winded one that will involve you progressing the main story a little further, but before doing so we can clear some other objectives that we need to get out of the way. Step 1. We're going to head all the way up to the Tsuruga seaport in Wakasa and complete as much of the Pirates Alliance quest as possible. This quest will see you taking down some friends of Captain Jack Sparrow, defeating some level 20 to 30 enemies depending on where you're at in the game, and again, this will be quite tricky if you're doing this early in the game. When you get to this chap, Sen, you'll be presented with an opportunity to spare him, which I chose to do. You will then reach a point where you're missing a single pirate. We'll get to them in a minute. Step number 2, continuing along the main story. Keep going through all of the main quests until this one becomes available. It's called Red Walls. There are no major choices along this quest, but you will eventually face an enemy called Takeda Motoaki. Defeat him and you'll be given a key and an item to pass on to his sensei. From here, we'll be able to use those items to complete another side quest to unlock our 8th scout. But before we can do that, there's one more thing we need to do. Step 3. Sweet Lies. This side quest can be found right around the corner from where you started Pirate's Allowance at Saruga Seaport in Wakasa. Your objective will be to help Oniyuri, a conflicted woman with a deep backstory and kind of strange voice acting.
Big sister, they wound me.
Towards the end of her side quest, you'll be able to recruit her as an ally, poisoning your enemies, which by itself is really cool. And now, remember Takeda Motowaki's sensei and the item he gave you after defeating him? Well, you're now able to deliver that to his sensei, Shido the Biwa Master, and have him join your league and become your 8th and penultimate scout. As a little extra reward, you'll be able to head to this location on the Shattered Coast in Wakasa to grab a hidden treasure that belonged to Takeda Motoaki. As you venture into this little area here, you'll be greeted by Takeda's assistant. Enter the cave, dive under the water and go straight forward, and then you'll be able to open the chest to grab some legendary goodies. Your final scout can be obtained after completing the Tea-Bowl side quest. After unlocking Yasuke, you'll be able to revisit the tea master Sen no Rikyu at his tea house in Kyoto. He will task you with finding and delivering a bunch of fancy Tea-Bowl collections. I feel like I've said the word tea far too much over the past 30 seconds, and I'm British. That's saying something. Most of these are easy to find, but the final one will require a big story quest, so we'll get to that in a minute. But starting from the bottom of the map, you'll want to speak with the ornament merchant in Sakai. Buy the Tea-Bowl collection here and deliver it to Rikyu. The next can be found in southern Kyoto. Again, purchasable from the ornament vendor. Then we're going to go west to Kameyama and purchase the third bowl. Deliver both of these to Rikyu. The fourth bowl can be found at Sakamoto to the east of Kyoto, and again we'll be purchasing this from a merchant. After grabbing this, head even further east to Azuchi and grab the fifth. Deliver both of these to Rikyu, being able to grab the sixth bowl shortly after from Obama. Weird that a president of America got a cameo in this game, but nonetheless, that will cover all of the bowls you can buy directly from merchants. Now, to get the final Tea-Bowl collection, you'll want to start tracking down a member of the Shinbakufu. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but the guy you're going to be looking for is called the Wise. I'm going to be very vague to avoid spoilers, but you'll eventually be given the choice to pick between these three characters. Pick Joken Hokyo, the chap in the middle who looks kind of like an egg. You'll need to defeat him in combat, and then you'll be rewarded with the final Tea-Bowl collection. Return to Tea Master Rikyu, deliver the bowls, and then select Invite Friends when given the option, and then the Tea Master himself will join you as a scout. And there we have it. That is how you find all 9 scouts in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let me know if you have any questions, and subscribe for more videos on Assassin's Creed Shadows and many other RPGs. Oh, and YouTube is recommending a video on screen now. No idea what it is, but it's probably a banger. I love your faces, you're amazing, you're beautiful, and I'll catch you in the next one.